Manchester United took all the 3 points against their first Premier League clash of the season against Wolves in what was a very disappointing performance at Old Trafford from the Red Devils. Manchester United 1, Wolves 0. What happened behind the scenes? Let's analyze. So, Manchester United were truly disappointing against Wolves. However, you cannot judge a team's performance as if it was in a vacuum. You have to take in consideration the context of that team's performance. And the context of our performance against Wolves is that Gary O'Neill, the Wolves manager, came very well prepared tactically. He had a very good system, a system that plays to his players' strengths, and it really put us in a very, very, very difficult situation. So basically, Wolves were set up in a 4-4-2 shape. However, their 4-4-2 was more of a 4-2-2-2, similar to the one that Ralf Rangnick adopted at RB Leipzig, in that the midfielders were not really providing width, but rather playing narrow and constricting all of the space in the middle of the park over here. And the reason why they did that is very simple. First of all, you don't want players like Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno to get on the ball. Those are our most dangerous players, so you don't want them to get comfortably on the ball. But also the other reason is very simple. Is that if, let's say, Luke Shaw is the one who gets the ball. Let's say there are no options through the middle and Onana is forced to go towards Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, by being the left back over here, can be pressed with just one or two players. Why? Because of this, because of the byline. He's constricted by the boundaries, the natural boundaries of the field. This is pressing 101. Always push the opposition wide, because when they are wide against the byline, then it's actually easier to contain them, easier to press them than if, for example, if they had the ball in the middle of the park with the choice to go in either direction. And so this was the Wolves' plan in the defensive phase. Basically force Manchester United out wide, because when we are out wide, we are not as dangerous as when we cut through you through the middle. The second thing is that in the transition phase, transitioning from defense to attack, they had players like Neto and of course Matheus Nunes, both of whom are very good ball carriers, quite explosive, very good dribblers who can progress the ball. Semedo over here and Ait Nouri are also pretty fast and they provide very good width. Sarabia, Cunha are quite dangerous forwards as well. So they had a very good system that played to their strengths while also minimizing our strengths and playing to our weaknesses, which is basically going wide where we can't hurt them. And also with players like Neto and Nunez, they were able to cut through us like a hot knife through butter. Now let's look at some footage from the game to try to better visualize how this actually worked out in real life. Alright, so let's now analyze some footage from the game. Now this over here, as you can see, this is the 4-4-2 shape of Wolves. So as you can see, the two forwards over here, and then the midfielders with Pedro Neto, Gomez, Lemina, and Matheus Nunes over here. They are not a flat midfield, but they are like a jigsaw puzzle and they are ready to pounce. It's as if they are man marking our players, but basically what they're trying to do is to make sure that we do not pass the ball through the middle and that we go wide. That was their strategy from the beginning. And here we're going to see an example of how it played out in the game. So obviously Lisandro Martinez over here, he's got no passing options other than going back to Onana. Same thing here in the middle. As you can see, we are clogged in. There is no way for Onana to pass the ball. It doesn't matter how good of a passer of the ball he is. There is no way he can pass it to anyone over here, throw in for Manchester United. But again, it allows Wolves to keep that pressure on us and it disrupts the way we play from the back. Now, this was the problem that Wolves put in front of us. Wolves was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Now, Manchester United, up to you, deal with it. What are you going to do, Erik ten Hag? And in these kind of situations, I'll be honest with you, tactically, there is not much to do. There isn't much to do. Wolves are pretty well set up and Manchester United does not have players that provide traditional width to go wide. If we go wide, we are actually sacrificing the area where we are strongest the most, right? So there are two things you can do. The first thing is set pieces. If we were able to exploit our set pieces early in the game, we had a few corners, we had a few free kicks. If we could actually score a goal, let's say in the 28th minute, this is the kind of game I think we would have gone on to win 2 or 3-0. Easily. Why? Because that goal early would open up Wolves because they will try to seek an equalizer, therefore opening up spaces that players like Garnacho and Marcus Rashford would easily exploit. But of course we did not do that. Now the second thing that you can do is individual quality. We have more individual quality than Wolves, and so this was the kind of games where we needed our players to step up. Now I'm going to show you two examples. One example where one key player has let us down, and that's Casemiro, and another sequence where one player with one split second, one decision, has given us the 3 points, and that's Raphael Varane. So let's have a look. Another build-up phase with Onana over here. He was excellent this game, by the way. I don't want to hear anyone tell me, oh, shot stopper, David De Gea. Come on. Onana, really good goalkeeper. So anyway, build-up phase over here. Now, as you can see, he's got two options over here, Casemiro and Mason Mount. So Mason Mount is going to actually come and make himself available. So he makes himself available, but immediately gives it back to Onana. Now look at Casemiro. Casemiro is raising his arms as if he's saying, bro, come on, just give me the ball. I'm here, I'm available. But I agree with Mason Mount because Casemiro in this position, this is an extremely high-risk position right here. He's surrounded by Wolves players. And Casemiro, let's face it, he's not the fastest. He's not a great dribbler. How the hell is he supposed to get himself away from this situation if he gets the ball? No, he's complaining, but I agree with Mount. He should not give him the ball in this situation. Let's move on. Onana again gets the ball. He's looking for more options. Casemiro is just strolling around, walking around. He's at the park, okay? Puts himself in between these two players over here. And look, he's asking for the ball. Come on, Andre, give me the ball. But Andre Onana has a much better field of vision. He can see things that Casemiro can't see. And he can see that it smells and looks like a trap by Wolves. And so he makes the right decision. He does not give it to Casemiro over there. He goes for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And now Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to be in a position to give Casemiro the ball. Now let's see what happens. Aaron Wan-Bissaka gives the ball to Casemiro, and then Joao Gomez, who was shadowing and trailing Casemiro. Not too close, not too far. Just the right distance, so that anytime Casemiro gets the ball, he's on him like bees on honey. Casemiro gets the ball, bang! The trap is set, the trap closes in, Wolves win the ball, and we cannot build up from the back. And so in this game, I was actually extremely disappointed by Casemiro because as a number 6, it's his job to keep moving, make himself available to receive the ball. He's supposed to be a leader of the team. And he's been great for us last season. But in this game, I was like, come on, this is not the same guy. Now, to be fair, I'm extending an olive branch here. It could be that he's not match fit yet. I mean, it's the first game of the season. It could be that he's playing with an injury. A lot of times players play with an injury, they get injections. The manager does not announce that publicly. And so players are playing through the pain because they are important and because the club lacks, let's say, depth in that area. The manager just needs you, so you have to play through the pain. It could be that. Or it could be just he wasn't in the mojo. But I know that Casemiro is better, is capable of much better than this. And so I was disappointed because throughout the game, we could not build up from the back because he was very static. You have to keep moving. You have to keep moving and put yourself in positions where you can receive the ball and receive it safely. And Casemiro did not do that. Now let's look at the goal. Because the goal, this is one of my favorite Manchester United goals because it all came by a eureka moment from Varane. He thought outside the box, and I love that about Varane in this game. So there was a Manchester United set piece. Wolves were able to clear. Varane over here fighting, vying for the ball. We put Wolves under pressure. They have no choice but to clear. Now look, Varane is still here, but he's going to make a quick decision in a split second. Basically, the thought process that went in his mind. I'm no mind reader, but I can tell you that that's exactly what he's been thinking about. He's saying, listen, we had a game plan. We've tried so many things, but none of those things worked. Let me try something new. I'm going to think outside the box. Let's not keep on doing what we've been doing and what didn't work out. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to get back into position. I'm actually going to go to the opposition box over here. That's exactly what he does. By the time Eriksen collects the ball and Bruno Fernandes has it, Victor Lindelof is coming back into his position, but Varane is not on the screen because he's in the opposition box over there. So him being there signals to his teammates without him telling them what to do, guys, hoof it to the opposition box. Send in crosses. I'm tall. I'm good in the air. Stop playing that tiki-taka boring football. Send in the ball into the box. And how is it going to happen though? The second thing is, of course, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I've praised him last season. Great off-the-ball movement, and he's carrying on with that tradition. Amazing off-the-ball movement from Wan-Bissaka. He is our number one first choice right back. No argument there. So he's trying to move. Bruno Fernandes does not spot that pass, but it doesn't matter. Aaron Wan-Bissaka still eyes this space over here. He knows that's the jugular. That's what he's going for. He's biding his time. The ball comes back to Bruno Fernandes. But now Bruno Fernandes, he knows that he messed up the first time. But he's not going to mess up the second time. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, quick run. Varane over here is waiting. Beautiful chipped ball. Bruno Fernandes individual brilliance. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, individual brilliance through his off-the-ball movement. And of course, the instigator, Raphael Varane, the guy who started it, the idea guy, is of course the one who's going to finish it off. Beautiful pinpoint cross. Beautiful 1-0 United. Manchester United get all the 3 points. So to me, on a personal level, this game has revealed some truths about our midfield. Mainly that while our midfield does look good on paper, it's still unbalanced. We definitely need someone like Sofiane Amrabat, like a sit-in number 6, someone who acts as an anchor man, who can compete with and eventually replace Casemiro, because Casemiro is a little too erratic for my taste. He's been so in the second half of last season, and then now this season, listen, a player like Casemiro has never been athletic. So I don't think that he's a player who's going to play to his prime when he's 36, 35, 37 years old, right? So we have to start preparing for the after Casemiro, and it has to start this summer. So we need to get someone like Sofiane Amrabat. Also, the other thing that we lack in our midfield is a ball carrier. Someone who can dribble with the ball through the midfield. Like, for example, with Wolves, Mateus Nunes has been amazing because of his ability to dribble with the ball. And every top team, they have a player like that. Barcelona with Frankie de Jong, for example. Bayern Munich with Goretzka. Teams like Manchester City with Grealish and Bernardo Silva. Or Liverpool with Szoboszlai, for example. You definitely need those kinds of athletic players who are very good at dribbling, who can actually provide another solution in the build-up phase. If you cannot get through the opposition press with passes, you can get through them with dribbling. The other thing that I'm curious to see is how our build-up play is going to change with Rasmus Højlund. So obviously he's a tall guy, he's a big guy, good in the air. Onana is a very good long passer as well. So maybe a game like this one against Wolves would have looked different had we had Rasmus Højlund in number 9 position rather than Marcus Rashford, who is not actually very good in the air. So, question marks. Let's see what happens. Guys, it's just the first game of the season. Last season, we lost our first game, and we lost the second game 4-0. So, this is actually a much better start than we got used to these past few seasons. So, anyway, 3 points in the bag. Can't wait for the next game to come so I can watch it and give you another analysis video. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of the game, and cheers. Oh, wait, before I go, guys, I just want to say something. I've received a lot of messages and emails because over the past few weeks, obviously I haven't posted any videos, and a lot of people have been concerned about me. And guys, that was really cool on your part. Thank you very much for those kind messages and those kind words. I'm fine. Like, there was nothing. It's just I just took a break, took care of some family business and things like that. That's it. That's why I didn't post. There is nothing wrong, but thank you very much for your concerns and for your messages. Don't worry, Scarlet Report is here, and he's gonna be here forever. No, maybe not forever, but yeah, for a very, very, very long time. All right. Cheers.